Welcome back to another rebuild I have for you guys here today on Madden 19. Today it is going to be the New England Patriots fantasy style. This one should not be too hard, trying to boost up my confidence a little bit because the past few have not gone well. But as always, in the description there's a link to my Twitter and my Discord if either of those interest you. But let's get right into the team review. Obviously, this team does not need a rebuild. They just won the Super Bowl. They have assembled a dynasty over the past bunch of years. Tom Brady, one of the best quarterbacks of all time, if not the best. Starting here. I'll probably keep him until he retires just to get, good seasons out of him for as long as possible. I like James White a lot. I think he's a great running back. He's one of the best receiving backs in the NFL, for sure. I really don't know what I want to do at this position because what I kind of want to do is just completely stack out this team. I really like Sony Michel too. I think he's a great running back. I think he's going to be very good. But I don't really see him playing too well in a rebuild. Nothing against him in real life at all. Like I just mentioned, I think he's a great running back, but I think I want to try to trade for a mid-90s running back for this team, just to see what we can do. Julian Edelman had a great performance in the Super Bowl. I might actually trade him because he's 32 years old. Not too sure yet. Josh Gordon, see what we can get him to do. He's only 27. He might be able to stay on the team for a while. Again, I want to trade for a clear-cut number one wide receiver in the 90s, hopefully. This offensive line is very good. Marcus Cannon, probably the only piece that will be moved. But Shaq Mason is a great guard. David Andrews, Joe Tooney, good interior guys there as well. Trent Brown, not a bad left tackle. We also have Isaiah Wynn. I might not even trade, honestly, for an offensive lineman. I might just slide Isaiah Wynn to right tackle. Gronk starting at tight end, obviously that's not going to change. Defensively gets worse on this side of the ball for sure. A lot of age over here, if I'm being honest. Patrick Chung, the McCourty brothers, both good at their respective positions, but will probably both be traded. I am going to try to just stud out this team, though. I might not trade for many draft picks. I'm just feeling like I want to make a God squad. Hopefully we can get that done. Stephon Gilmore was the best cornerback in the NFL last season, according to Pro Football Focus. He was either the best or top 3 or something like that. He played super, super well. Trey Flowers hitting free agency. I would love to see him go to the Eagles. That would be tremendous. Don't know if that's going to happen, but who knows? I saw a couple articles talking about it. I would absolutely love that. Lawrence Guy, not a bad D tackle. He's 28 years old though. Probably look to trade him because there's good depth here. Malcolm Brown, Danny Shelton, both not bad whatsoever. Does this team really run a 3-4? I just thought of that. I feel like this team runs a 4-3. I'm not exactly sure. Let me actually look at the playbook for the Patriots. Oh, they run both. Okay, they run a 3-4 and a 4-3. I don't really think that works well in Madden. I could be completely wrong. But what I normally like doing is just committing to one of them. I think I'm just going to go to a 4-3 defense with this team. And if you guys don't know, my favorite playbook to use for a 4-3 is the Browns playbook, oddly enough. Let me just change this around too. So 4-6 is usually what I like doing. Jeez, let me speak properly. A lot of players fit the scheme there. I also have a decent playbook for it. So that's probably going to be the defense. Let me finish going over the defense. I'd like to trade for a new middle linebacker. Bentley, you're a rookie though. Maybe I won't trade for a new middle linebacker. I don't know. I really don't know. Kyle Van Noy, not a terrible outside linebacker. 27, probably look to trade him. Dante Hightower, 28. I like Dante Hightower. I think he's a great player. But again, I think I might trade him. I don't know. Maybe I'll keep him for a season. I don't want to trade too many of these stars on this team. But there's a lot of age. I feel like it kind of has to be done. So, I hope I don't offend too many Patriots fans. I'm sorry if I trade away some of your favorite players, but it's just all for fun, all for rebuilds. So here we go. Let's get into some trades. I know I said I wasn't going to trade for many draft picks, but come on, look how easy this was. Brian Hoyer and Chris Hogan for the Bills' first-round draft picks, screwing over teams in our division. That's what I like to see. The running back I'm going after is Ezekiel Elliott. I kind of go after him frequently. I think I've gotten him 2 or 3 other times. But in order to get him this time, I'm giving the Cowboys Lawrence Guy, Dwayne Allen, and Daron Harmon. I did this by accident. I need to say this. I did not mean to throw Sony Michel in this. I meant to throw Rex Burkhead just to see if it would work. But I'm giving the Colts Sony Michel. My bad. It's not the biggest deal, though, because we have a ton of running backs now. We still have James White. But yeah, that was my fault. I didn't actually mean to give them Sony Michel. But the trade is Kyle Van Noy, Cordero Patterson, and Michel for Malik Hooker. Again, my fault. Let me apologize one more time. I didn't mean to do that. I'm a real big fan of this trade. I'm giving the Browns Marcus Cannon, Butler, and Dorsett for Jabril Peppers, who fits the scheme at strong safety too. Devin McCourty, Patrick Chung, and Rex Burkhead will land me Levante David. I'm stealing another draft pick here, this time from the Panthers, giving them Karras, Waddle, and Hill for their first rounder. I have to give away the Bills draft pick here, which sucks, but I actually might be able to get it back. I think I'm going to try for that. Giving the Seahawks here John Simon, Jason McCourty, and that Bills first round draft pick for Frank Clark. And that's how you completely destroy the trade logic in this game. I got their draft pick right back again by giving the Seahawks Claiborne and Rivers. I wasn't really able to get a superstar wide receiver. I just kind of went after one a little too late. But I was able to get Chris Godwin, who really isn't that bad. So I'm giving the Buccaneers a Landon Roberts, Eric Rowe for Chris Godwin and their 5th rounder. I'm getting another first round draft pick here with my final trade, giving the Redskins Obi Melifonwu, Nate Ebner, and my 3rd rounder for their first overall draft pick. Now, if this team plays poorly, Madden is just out to get me, I think. Because this team is really nice. The Patriots roster honestly just upgraded. I don't know if the overall went up. I didn't take notice what it was before, but I do think we got better. On offense, we now have Ezekiel Elliott. Definitely an upgrade at running back. Chris Godwin is going to be starting at wide receiver. I've seen him develop into a beast as well. He's just a good wide receiver to have. I slid Julian Edelman down to the number 3 because, I didn't want to trade him because, I don't know, just out of respect for him, really. I just didn't really want to trade him. And I just don't want him playing because I think he's just going to be taking up a spot, wasting some experience that Chris Godwin or Josh Gordon could be getting. So, he's an 88 overall, but after this season, he's going to go down a lot. He is past the point where regression hits. So I'm really not expecting him to be anything on this team. I think he's either a free agent this year or the year after. I probably won't bring him back whenever he is a free agent. And I'm going to look to replace him, honestly, with Chris Godwin. I think he might be able to get the job done. I still want a number 1 wide receiver. Maybe I can draft one or just trade for one next year or something. But the offense, I think, looks really, really nice. And then the defense, I think, got better as well. We now have Levante David, who is the best player on this defense, 95 overall. We changed the safeties. We just completely switched the duo to now Malik Hooker and Jabril Peppers. Very young, very talented safeties. They're not, I think Jabril Peppers is a higher overall than Patrick Chung, but I know Malik Hooker is not a higher overall than Devin McCourty. So overall wise, I think we got worse, average overall, maybe a little bit better. I don't know. But for potential, we got a ton better because these guys are going to go up in overall a ton. Stephon Gilmore obviously staying at number 1 corner. Jonathan Jones is going to play. I've seen him play well in simulation a couple times. Let's see what he can do. J.C. Jackson, also a rookie, in the nickel corner spot. See what he can do. Potentially, I could draft another corner or sign one. Maybe Trevor Williams. I'm not exactly sure. Hold on. What's the scheme fit? Is it man-to-man? It is. I think that's what Trevor Williams is, so maybe I'll go after him. Defensive line, I'd argue, got better. Trey Flowers starting at left end. Frank Clark, new acquisition, starting at right end. Danny Shelton, Malcolm Brown, each starting at defensive tackle. Talented at their positions. And then, the only other positions I didn't mention were middle linebacker and outside linebacker, which didn't change here, or left outside linebacker. So I think the team did get better as a whole. On the specialist slide here, I don't have Julian Edelman starting in the slot because what I said earlier, I want Chris Godwin to get as much playing time as possible. The number 2 wide receiver also being in the slot, I feel gives him a lot of opportunity. That's what I've been doing the past bunch of rebuilds with receivers I want to develop. So let's see what happens there. And this is what the rest of this part looks like. So I think the team is in a great position for a rebuild. We definitely have to look to draft a quarterback soon because Tom Brady should retire within the next 2 years. Hopefully there's a nice looking one in the draft. If there's not a good one in this year's draft, I might not pull the trigger because I'm pretty sure Tom Brady doesn't retire until the end of next season. I hope that happens this time. That would be really nice. But let's simulate, see how we are. The team is 6-2 in the first season, exactly what I wanted to see. On top of the division, the Bills and the Jets struggling, each 2-6. The Dolphins 4-4. A bunch of experience points here on the offense. I changed the offensive lineman experience to 200% because I feel they don't get any experience. After this season, I'll gauge whether or not I want to keep it because Isaiah Wynn already has 2. If he gets 10, I probably won't keep it. I'll switch it after this, but I just want to see what happens. The past few rebuilds, I've been having it at 180. And that didn't even seem like it made a difference at all from 150. So maybe, if 200 is too much, I'll drop it down to 190. See how that plays. Defensively, though, we have 2 experience points there for the safeties. Only 1 for a couple other guys. But Trey Flowers, I mentioned earlier, is an impending free agent. Has to come back to the team. I also mentioned earlier how much I want him to go to the Eagles. Maybe Frank Clark go to the Eagles if he doesn't get tagged. I don't know. Josh Gordon I'll probably bring back. Why not? See what he can do. Steven Gostkowski I'll retain. Trent Brown I want back, Ryan Allen, Jonathan Jones, Danny Shelton, Malcolm Brown. I'll probably bring back all of these guys. We actually have a lot of free agents here. I'm going to talk through some of these because I just thought of something to talk about. It has to do with like free agency in real life and the Eagles and all that good stuff. Since I am an Eagles fan, if you guys didn't know, I'm sure most of you did. But it looks like there's a lot of defensive linemen who are impending free agents. Like just on this team alone, I had 4 because I had Trey Flowers, Frank Clark, and then these 2 defensive tackles. Because the Eagles kind of need some defensive lineman help still, but if they can like sign one of these defensive tackles, that's what reminded me to talk about this. I'm not sure if Danny Shelton or Malcolm Brown got re-signed by the Patriots yet, but if they did not, the Eagles go after one of those guys. I feel like that could help a lot at defensive tackle. Because, I mean, I guess we don't really need, the Eagles don't really need defensive tackles because they're pretty deep at that position, but Timmy Jernigan got injured last year. Fletcher Cox, obviously, the number 1 starter, regardless of who else they have, really, unless it's Aaron Donald. But, yeah, so Timmy Jernigan got injured, so it would be nice to have more depth, and I feel like Danny Shelton and Malcolm Brown, you can get them for relatively cheap because they're still pretty young. I don't know, just random rambling I wanted to go on there, but re-signing everyone here if you guys haven't noticed. Just gotta get these last 2 guys, may as well talk through it. Danny Shelton, defensive tackle out of Washington, coming back to the team, and then Malcolm Brown, where'd you go to college? I have no idea. Texas, okay. Hook 'em horns, I guess. Get him back on the team. We got everyone I wanted. We got a first round bye this year. Finally, the season kind of went my way. 13-3 for the squad. 7-8-1 for the Dolphins. 5-10-1 for the Bills. 3-13 for the Jets. They got the Bills' first round draft pick still, so that's good to see. 3-1 in the preseason. They lost the opening week to the Texans. We also lost to the Colts. Won a bunch of games in between, though. Lost to the Jets by 2. This could have very easily been a 14-2 kind of season. It's okay. I'm not going to try to complain about that. Tom Brady wins MVP. How exciting. 4,583 yards, 44 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Fantastic season. Ezekiel Elliott was very good. 5.1 yards per carry, 1,400 yards, 11 touchdowns. Gronk, 12 touchdowns, over 1,000 yards. Josh Gordon, over 1,100 yards too, 9 touchdowns. Chris Godwin got 14 touchdowns. 900 yards essentially. Great seasons from those guys. Really like how the offense is producing. Blocking, not really bad at all. Trent Brown letting up 11, a bit much, but it's okay. 109 tackles from Jawan Bentley. Tackles for loss, we have 14 for Danny Shelton, 12 from Trey Flowers, who had 10.5 sacks. Frank Clark got 7, not too bad. Interceptions, 4 from Malik Hooker, 3 from J.C. Jackson, 2 from Dante Hightower and Jabril Peppers, 1 from Levante David, Jawan Bentley, Ramon Humber, I have no idea who that is, and Jonathan Jones. So the team played well. Finally, I can say one of my teams played well. I feel like this hasn't happened in such a long time. No touchdown safeties or blocked kicks. We were first on offense in the NFL. Defensively, we were 10th. Okay, so I just have to bump that up a little bit. Tom Brady wins MVP. We already saw that. Nobody else from the Patriots, though. AFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Tom Brady. Nobody from our team other than him. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Miles Jack. Jawan Bentley, though, comes in at number 9. He could win Defensive Rookie of the Year. I don't think I see a rookie above him. So that's pretty cool. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Baker Mayfield. What's his overall? 87. He's playing well. I don't think I see anybody. Sony Michel makes it at number 10. I guess he started for the Colts. Again, that's my fault. I really shouldn't have traded him. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Darius Leonard. Kind of forgot about him for a second. Jawan Bentley comes in second. J.C. Jackson in third. And then that's it. But still, a great first season to have. We should have a ton of experience points. I wonder if Tom Brady got one. He did not. Okay, so I'm actually liking the 200% offensive lineman boost because Isaiah Wynn got 3. That's not like a tremendous number, but it's definitely more realistic, I think. And then defensively, I don't see that much. Actually, Jabril Peppers has 5. Missed out on that one. J.C. Jackson has 4. Bentley only has 2. Let me spend these. Make the team even better. The team is an 89 overall, nearly a 99 on offense, and then an 87 on the defensive side. I think the biggest upgrade on the offense probably was Isaiah Wynn. He's an 79 overall, nearly an 80 overall. Actually, Chris Godwin went up really well. I think it was him, to be honest. He's an 86 overall with confidence. Also, he has star development. He develops really, really well. I haven't used him that many times, but I feel like whenever I have, he usually kind of turns into a beast. And then defensively, let's see. J.C. Jackson went up a ton. He's an 80. Jabril Peppers is now a 90 overall. The team is looking real good. Let's see who we have to take on, though. Hopefully we can get a playoff win, maybe even a Super Bowl. We have to take on the Steelers. They're a really difficult team to take down. Their overall is an 88, and we are an 89, so we're only a little bit better. And we made so many trades. That's unbelievable. So let's advance the week. Can we win a playoff game? We cannot. 35-31. Super close game. It's okay, though. I've said this plenty of times, but like the hardest part about doing a rebuild is getting into the playoffs, honestly. So 35-31 is, was the score. Just barely outgained in the yardage department there by the Steelers. Big Ben, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception. Tom Brady had a great game, though, to be fair to him. Ezekiel Elliott was phenomenal. Le'Veon Bell was pretty good as well. Juju Smith-Schuster, Antonio Brown each had 2 touchdowns. Josh Gordon, Le'Veon Bell did well receiving. Julian Edelman, Jacob Hollister each had touchdowns too. Wow, okay, that was a high-scoring game. That was probably an interesting one to watch. I guess I didn't get our punter back. I thought I did sign back Ryan Allen. Not a big deal. I tried to sign him again. I'm not going to waste a franchise tag on a punter. So let's go into free agency. The Jaguars won the Super Bowl, 35-16 over the Falcons. We don't have too much money to spend, but that's okay. We don't really need many positions either. Tevin Coleman, the top guys, Zadarius Smith, Mark Ingram, Darrell Williams. Pretty standard looking free agency period. I don't think I'm going to go after Trevor Williams. I know I mentioned it earlier, but if I do want another corner, I'm going to draft one. I actually kind of like the cornerback situation we have, so I'm not going to worry about it. I do need a punter, so let me just look around a little bit in case I want anyone else. I don't think I do. I will be going after a punter for sure, though. I'm trading up in the draft here with the Jets, getting the 2nd overall pick, giving the Jets the 27th overall pick, Braxton Berrios, I think his name is, and a 3rd rounder. And with this pick, I think I'm going to go with the quarterback. I'm not sure if he's going to start this next season because I'm pretty sure we still have Tom Brady, but this guy looks amazing. And I want him for next year in case we can't get a good one. Ross Grassmanis. I don't know. Let's go with him. 82 overall. Star development. Oh my lord. If the Patriots land a quarterback like this in real life, like they're going to be good for another 15 years because this guy looks tremendous. This next pick I have is going to be Max Cypress. He looks pretty good. He's not the best looking linebacker in this class. The other one actually was drafted already. But this guy still does not look bad whatsoever. Good top 3 skills, great age. He's only 21 and a good combine. Welcome to the squad. He's an 81 overall, quick development. Really can't be upset with that. 83 speed, 85 tackling, 88 block shedding, 92 pursuit, good zone coverage. Where's his man coverage? Good man coverage as well. And he has good... Wait, where's his block shed? 88 block shed, 78 power move. This guy is a freak. He can do a bunch of different things. He can play outside linebacker. He can pass rush. Okay, well, that guy was a great selection. He's very versatile. I guess my next pick is going to be a defensive tackle, because that is what is available. I could do that. I could also go with a wide receiver. I could sort of need one. Because, I mean, Julian Edelman will probably retire soon. Or he won't be brought back soon. That's more plausible. He's not going to retire, I don't think, before he goes to free agency. So I'm just going to go with Dixon Neighbors here. Okay. Here we go. 76 overall. Not tremendous. He does have star development. He's not going to play right away. He'll probably just be like a 4th string, but maybe he can accrue some experience points. I have the 18th pick here, too. And now I think I might go with a defensive tackle. I don't know, actually. I might just kind of sift through some positions, select what looks the best. Actually, yeah, I think I'm just going to go with a defensive tackle. Let me think, because, yeah, I can do that. Let's go with Markel C. Wright, in case he turns out to be pretty good. Does it say speed rusher? No, it says power rusher. All right, what are you all about? 75. You're not very good. It's okay. You're not going to start. Right here, I'm going to go with an outside linebacker, so who should I go with? Glenn Cave, Damian Gates. How fast are you, actually? 4.78, 4.82, 4.82. Okay. So let me think, because it says Glenn Cave. If you look at the diamond, it says 2nd round. So I kind of want to go with Glenn Cave then. Let's do that. 74. You are not good. Now I can go with Damian Gates or Davin Walls. Definitely going to go with Gates. How are you? 77 overall. Okay, so better than the last outside linebacker we selected. He really doesn't look too bad. He might be able to replace Dante Hightower in a couple seasons. I don't know, though. I still have this middle linebacker on my draft board. I drafted a ton of linebackers this year, but who cares? Let's add one more to the count. 74 overall. Not a bad, overall there, but he's not going to play. I'm just going to go to the end of the draft. Here's a quick overview of the draft. I think it went really, really well. So we have an 82 overall quarterback who won't start this year, but might come in and start next year. Max Cypress, middle linebacker who will start this year, and then a couple other guys who probably won't get much playing time. Let's check out who was first overall, though. Who actually went first? Francis Wilkins, 78 overall cornerback. 94 speed, 85 press, 78 zone, 80 man coverage. Looks like a beast. Who was ranked first overall, though? It was the quarterback who we ended up landing. Our middle linebacker is actually the top middle linebacker in the class. The other guy, let me find him. Okay, this guy looks like a beast, too. Jeez, he's a 78 overall. This guy's 98 speed at wide receiver going in the 3rd round. That was a great pick. Where did that other middle linebacker go? It was George Harvey. He's a 77. Our guy was much better. This dude's super fast, though. He looked like a beast in that department, but I'm glad we drafted the guy we did. I think this team is once again in a great position to win the division. Nothing really changed too much. We got a couple of rookies who are now starting, but the offense, I think, is like exactly the same. A couple players went up a lot in overall, a couple players regressed. Tom Brady being one of those guys, 93 overall now, will likely retire, but it's okay. We have, his backup. Looks very nice. It should get some experience points throughout the year as well, just being, a rookie and having star development. Julian Edelman went down in overall. He's an 85 now, but again, not that big of a deal. And then defensively, some guys went up. We have a new middle linebacker who should develop into a beast. I like the team a lot. Honestly, I think we're in a great position here again. And then on specialist, pretty much unchanged. Jonathan Jones is now playing slot corner. I think that's the only difference. The team should be primed to have another great season. At the mid-season mark here, we actually have a bye week, but we just beat the Chargers, which is a good sign because they're typically pretty difficult to take down. 7-1 is the record. The Dolphins 4-4, the Bills 2-5, the Jets 2-5. Very similar to what it was last year. I think honestly the only difference from last year was we were 6-2 at this point, I think, and the Bills and the Jets were both 2-6. So it is actually very close. On the offense, a couple players have some experience points. Chris Godwin has 2. Ezekiel Elliott playing with some confidence. Defensively, 1 for a bunch of different guys. 2 for Jonathan Jones, though. Not too bad. Gronkowski has to come back to the team. Let's try to do that. I think he's like in the high 90s. He's a 98. Zeke has to come back. I want him. Tom Brady, I don't think I'm going to bring back because I'm fairly certain he's going to retire. If he doesn't, then I can try to bring him back at the end of the year. Julian Edelman, I'm not going to negotiate with just because he's going to go down to like an 80 overall. I can definitely sign a better wide receiver in free agency at least. Joe Thuney I want, and then that is it. But let's start with Gronk. Can we get him back on the team? We re-signed Rob Gronkowski, Ezekiel Elliott, and Joe Thuney. As of now, like I mentioned earlier, though, probably won't be bringing back Tom Brady. If he doesn't retire, then I might because he's very good in the game and in real life, of course. But he's like one of the best quarterbacks in the game. He consistently like wins MVP or is at least in top 5. So hopefully we can go 15-1, maybe 14-2 if we continue with this trend. I will spend the scouting points, and I'll see you at the end of the season. We got another first round bye. Let's go. 14-2. We were exactly the same in the second half of the season as the first. Dolphins 7-9, Bills 6-10, Jets 5-11. This rebuild going a lot better than my past few. I needed this. I needed this confidence boost just to prove to myself that I'm not terrible at this. 2-2 in the preseason. Won the opening game. Lost to the Eagles. I can respect that. Won a whole bunch in a row. Lost to the Colts then. Wow. That was a great win streak to have. Did Brady win MVP? He did not. Todd Gurley did. Tom Brady, probably over 4,500 yards. Yeah, 4,529, 37 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Look at the rookie. 1 touchdown on 8 pass attempts, only 3 completions, though. Ezekiel Elliott, phenomenal. Over 1,500 yards, 12 touchdowns. James White even had 9 rushing touchdowns. Josh Gordon was great too. 97 catches, 1,241 yards, 8 touchdowns. Gronk, 12 touchdowns, 947 yards. Chris Godwin, nearly 1,007 touchdowns. Really nice seasons there. Sacks allowed, again, not too many. Trent Brown allowing over 10, but I guess that's his standard. I don't know. 118 tackles here from the rookie Cypress. 103 from Jabril Peppers. 10 tackles for loss for that one player. It was Levante David, but we have 12 from Frank Clark, who had 9.5 sacks. 12, though, from Trey Flowers. Dude's a great pass rusher here. Interceptions, 3 from Stephon Gilmore, and then 1 for a ton of different players. Cypress, Levante David, Dante Hightower, Jabril Peppers, Malik Hooker, and Duke Dawson Jr. all got 1. The team is playing out of their minds, exactly how I expect this team to play, which is nice to see. 1 blocked kick there from Dietrich Wise, I think. Number 1 on offense. 6th on defense. My brain just stopped functioning for a second. Todd Gurley's 99 overall, winning MVP. Tom Brady, though, number 3. Ezekiel Elliott there, number 8. Cool to see. AFC Offensive Player of the Year, Le'Veon Bell. Tom Brady comes in second. Ezekiel Elliott comes in fourth. Defensive Player of the Year is actually Max Cypress. I love to see that. Then we have Levante David and Jabril Peppers down there as well. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Curtis Stevens. We don't have anyone. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Max Cypress wins it. There we go. Exactly what I wanted to see. This linebacker should be a god. I really hope he is. Let's see how many experience points he got. But first on the offense, a bunch going around. 3 from the offensive lineman here. Isaiah Wynn, 3 from Chris Godwin. I'm liking how 200%, feels with the experience points for the offensive line. Julian Edelman didn't get any. Another reason why I don't really want him. He's not going to progress at all. 5 for the middle linebacker. Perfect. 3 from Jabril Peppers. 3 from Malik Hooker. 3 from Jonathan Jones as well. The team is looking real nice right now. It's a 91 overall, 95 offense, 93 defense. Pretty much everyone here is confident. Not too much more I'd like to see. Honestly, the team is progressing really well. Let's get into the playoffs here. Who do we have to take on first? Is it going to be the Steelers again? It will be the Steelers again. We should have a higher overall. They had a worse season than last year, but they're still a great team. We only have a 1 overall advantage again. Can we take them down? Honestly, I don't know what to expect here. When it comes to the playoffs, records don't matter. And we did win. We have to take on the Ravens now. 35-19. Pretty convincing win there. The Ravens have an 83 overall team, so we are much better. But still, they have Lamar Jackson, who's kind of cheesy. I'm not sure who the running back is at this point, but let's advance the week. Did we take down the Ravens? We did. 16-14, going into the Super Bowl against the Saints. Let's see if we can win this game here. Let's check out their overall first, though. They have an 87 overall team. I haven't been able to do this in a really long time, but let's go into the game. Let's see if we can win a Super Bowl. This Saints offense is giving us some trouble right now. The score is 31-24. We just took the lead. 31-31. 38-31. We're going to win the Super Bowl by that score. 38-31, a 7-point game. Let's get it. I'm going to skip by the celebration, though, just because we still have another season in case we make it back there again. Tom Brady, if this is his last game ever, great last game to have. 409 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 75% completion percentage. Alvin Kamara, 200 yards, essentially, with 2 touchdowns. Ezekiel Elliott had 3 rushing touchdowns. Gronk, 10 for 160. Josh Gordon, Chris Godwin, and Michael Thomas, and someone else down there received touchdowns. Tom Brady did retire, but it's okay. We have his replacement right here. Grass Manis. He actually has an experience point, so he's going to be an 85 overall. This is actually, beautiful. We led this up perfectly, I think. He got +1 to throw power. 96 throw power. Okay, well, we will advance the week, go into the offseason. I don't think I'm going to draft a quarterback because this dude looks like a god anyway. So, let's sign some free agents. $43.1 million. Joey Bosa. Oh, no. Chris Jones. Getting him, certainly. I don't think I need Joey Bosa. Even though he's a 97, I have good edge rushers. I'm not going to worry about that. But Chris Jones, I want. I'm going to move him over to defensive tackle. Make this team even better. Potentially a 16-0 team. I don't know if I want to jinx anything. I probably just did jinx it, so I probably won't go 16-0 now. But let's try to get Chris Jones. I'll probably even up that more because this will be the last season. I don't really need the money. I'll look through this in case there's anyone else. But I actually need a wide receiver too, so let me remember to do that. I got Chris Jones and I got Keelan Cole. So if we do need to start Keelan Cole, we definitely can. I might also draft one in case there's a really nice looking wide receiver. But this will pretty much be the team. Obviously, I'll go into the draft here for a second. I really don't think I need to replace too many positions. I do need to move Chris Jones to defensive tackle, though. Let's see if this makes the overall go up. We're at 92 overall without him at D tackle. I don't think it will change it too much, to be honest. Let's see, though. We are now still a 92. Okay. Well, anyway, he's a 97 overall defensive tackle. Perfectly fine with that. What? This guy is here. Are you serious? I could have totally drafted this guy. Landon Dellenbach. It's okay. I mean, I don't need him. That's kind of unreal that he is available. Are there any good wide receivers in this class? Do some scouting on camera. This guy looks great. Frank Hogan? Okay, I don't actually think I'm going to trade up or anything. If any of these guys are here, maybe I'll take them. I don't even need anyone in this draft. Honestly, I'm just going to sim straight through the draft. That sounds good to me. Threw a couple guys on my draft board. Let's just sim through the draft here. Let's see who we selected. I didn't go into the draft at all. Simulated straight by. We got a wide receiver. I think this was the 3rd round guy I threw on the draft board. He's not great, obviously. 74 overall. Don't really need him, though. 75 overall tight end, 71 cornerback, 75 running back as well. Let's check out that quarterback. That guy looked like a beast. Did he go near the top 10? He did not go in the top 6. I can see that much. I feel like he might be the highest rated player, though. He was. He's an 84. Oh, no, with Superstar. Are you serious? I could have waited. I could have drafted this guy. It's okay. At least the Cardinals aren't in our division or anything. Raymond Falkner, great-looking cornerback. Denard Roth, great-looking free safety. This was a really nice-looking draft. Stuart Lang, good wide receiver. Is that the dude I saw him? No, Frank Hogan was the guy I saw. 80 overall with star depth. 6'6", 93 speed. Oh, no. What about this guy? How tall are you? 6'5", 91 speed. Oh, my God. This draft class was unbelievable. Is that guy like a single-digit number? No, 17. I thought that was just one digit. That was weird. But, geez, that might be like the best draft class I have ever seen. Kind of disappointing I wasn't able to select that quarterback. It's okay, though. I'm really not too upset, but I am a little bit, to be honest. We still have this guy, 85 overall, star dev. He's a bit better than that rookie, but I'm sure that guy's going to go up to be a higher overall since he is a rookie and he has superstar. So that guy looks like he is going to be a god. Wide receiver core, still nice. Chris Godwin, Josh Gordon progressing. Keelan Cole now on the team. The team is essentially unchanged. Honestly, this team has been fantastic from the first season. I really think they can make it back to another Super Bowl. Let's see what happens, though. We got another first-round bye. What is the record? 12-4 this year, so no 16-0, but it's okay. 8-8 from the Bills, 6-10 from the Jets, 4-12 from the Dolphins. Team schedule, though. We tied a game in the preseason, interesting. Won the first 4, lost the next 2, beat the Broncos, lost to the Jets, won 3 more, lost to the Bills, won the last 4. So, you know, the new starting quarterback played well, and he actually won MVP. Okay, 4,369 yards, 48 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. How did the guy from the Cardinals do? Let's see if we made the right choice. Okay, this guy did not play nearly as well. Not a terrible season being on the Cardinals, I guess, but still not a good season really whatsoever. That actually is a pretty bad one. Back to our team, though, Patriots. We played a lot better with this dude. I'm not sure if that other guy would have played any better. It's difficult to tell. Ezekiel Elliott, over 1,500 yards, 10 touchdowns. Gronk, 14 touchdowns. Chris Godwin, over 1,000 yards, 11 touchdowns. Josh Gordon, 9 touchdowns. Keelan Cole gets 5. Sack numbers, again, not too bad, aside from Trent Brown. It's been the story here. 108 tackles from Max Cypress. We have, how many tackles for loss? 10 from Frank Clark. Sack numbers, 11.5 from Chris Jones. 10.5 from Frank Clark. I'll take it. 3 interceptions from Jabril Peppers, 2 from Max Cypress, 2 from Dante Hightower, 1 from Malik Hooker, Jonathan Jones, Stephon Gilmore, and Duke Dawson Jr. Defensive touchdowns, none. Safeties, none. Blocked kicks, none. Okay, so third on offense. I think we were first the past 2 years, though. And then second on defense. Okay, good season. So we have the MVP. That's always cool to see. Ezekiel Elliott, number 7. AFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to the quarterback. Ezekiel Elliott, number 4. Defensive Player of the Year, Myles Garrett. Max Cypress comes in third, though. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Solomon Clark, 86 overall. Frank Hogan, that wide receiver, comes in second. Anybody from our team. Reed Wagner, I think he's a tight end, comes in 6th. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Amari Jeffries. Is that a Patriots player? No, I saw the blue background and I thought it was. I think it was the Colts guy, though. Best quarterback is our guy. Best running back is Ezekiel Elliott. Best wide receiver, Tyrell Williams. Chris Godwin, though, number 6. Nobody else here from our team. Kendrick Bourne, okay, 78 overall. Best offensive lineman, Shaq Mason. David Andrews at number 6. Joe Tooney at number 8. Best defensive lineman goes to Myles Garrett. Joey Bosa on the Bills. Deion Jordan's up there. That's interesting. Chris Jones, number 5. Frank Clark, number 8. Trey Flowers, number 10. Best linebacker, anybody from the Patriots. Max Cypress in there at number 7. Best defensive back, Eric Berry. Jabril Peppers, though, number 5. Best kicker, Steven Gostkowski takes that one home. Okay, so this was a great rebuild. Honestly, even if we don't win the Super Bowl here, it was still a fantastic one. Quarterback has 9 experience points. Like I'm saying, if the Patriots have this kind of luck in real life drafting a quarterback, they will be dominant for years to come still. And then defensively, a couple guys with some, and not too many going around on that side of the ball, though. This has to be one of the best teams I've ever made. It's a 95 overall. This quarterback is unbelievable. The offensive line is super good. Really not nearly a bad position on this team. I mean, left outside linebacker, Dante Hightower's an 81. That's still not even bad. Backup defensive tackle, same thing goes there. But let's see who we have to take on this year. Will it be the Steelers for the 3rd consecutive season? No, it's the Bengals, the Steelers' divisional rival. The Bengals are an 82. We have a 13 overall advantage. This means there's like a 94% chance we lose. All right, 94%. 6% we win. And that 6% comes to fruition as we win the game. The Texans, 85 overall. A clean 10-point overall difference between the two of us. Let's go straight to the Super Bowl. Sim right by the Pro Bowl. Did we take down the Texans? We did. We have to take on the Bears, who tied twice. Let's do it. I'm ready for another Super Bowl. Can we go back-to-back? They're in 87. The teams have progressively gotten better. But still, we still have a God squad here. The Bears are kind of coming back here. We had a 20-point lead earlier in the game. It's 27-24 right now after that score. 31-27, we lost the lead. 34-31, we are going to win the game. There we go. Back-to-back Super Bowls. Got a little bit scary, if I'm being honest. Because we were up actually 20-0, and then they brought it back for sure. The Bears, pretty strong roster. Trubisky's still the quarterback there. Let's just talk through this until we see the Super Bowl MVP. I haven't really seen the celebration in a little while. The team's freaking out. Look at all the confetti there of the Patriots colors. Samson, no idea who that is, talking to someone. Number 90, is that Akeem Hicks? I'm not exactly sure. Trubisky looking distraught right there. It's funny, I have a friend who looks exactly like Trubisky to me. I don't know why I just thought of that. But Moss, it's not going to be Akeem Hicks. It's Moss, whoever that is, number 90. There's the coach, Matt Nagy, for the Bears. Ezekiel Elliott, MVP. 124 yards, 2 touchdowns. Convincing enough for me. Thank you guys very much for watching this rebuild. Finally, we get back into a positive rebuild. We won 2 Super Bowls in this one. I like to see it. I'll talk to you guys soon then. Bye.